Well, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the shop. We're going to get back into the carburetor on this Kohler generator. I couldn't find one online. The one I ordered, it just wasn't going to work out. The throat was too big and the linkage was all wrong. So I went ahead and cleaned this other one up real good, and we're going to go ahead and put it back together. So I'll bring you along for that. All right, I went online and did find a gasket kit that I think will work for it. This old gasket here is really kind of stiff and that, but I got the new O-ring and the new deflector gasket, they call it. And it comes with a new needle and seat, washer for the bottom nut. I don't think we'll need that because the washer that's on it's really in good shape. And a new pin for the float. So I think the first thing we need to do is get this seat put in. Got the gasket on it already. It's probably metric, I'm thinking. Let me see what I can find for a metric wrench here. I can get my hands to work. Now that might be US. Let's try it to 3/8 here. See if I can find one. There's a 3/8. Yep, by golly, it's a 3/8. I just hope now that it'll fit in this new fit in the old carburetor here. Kind of do a check against this old seat. Yep, they look like they're the same thread, so we'll go ahead and get that in. Boy, there just isn't much room with the stem and the hinge for the float. Trying to get this down in between there. It'll be quite a chore. Kind of line it up, maybe I can wrench it in. Come on. Feels like it's trying to start. See if I can grab that with just a little small pair of pliers right at the top here. Maybe turn that so you can see what I'm doing. Boy, there's just no way to get in there. Let me see if I can find a narrow wall 3/8 socket and drop that in there. So I'll bring it back. All right, I went through all my sockets. You can kind of see them there in the background. My hoard of sockets, I guess you could call it. And this is what I come up with. I found a cheapo 3/8. And so I took her over on the grinder and ground it down. So now I should be able to tighten this back up a little bit. It fits right on there. Okay, just snug that right down. All right, put that in my special tool drawer. So I got that now for taking them out. Got the new needle. We'll drop it in there. think I'm going to need to put the gasket on because I don't think I can get it over the float. So we'll snap that on. We'll put the gasket on. I think they call this some kind of splash gasket. I don't quite understand it. Seems like if the O-ring wasn't going to be good enough, they'd just put a bigger O-ring in it, but that's the way it is. And then the float. The float's good. I checked it. No holes in it. It's empty. Put the pin in here. Pin. Okay, we don't need the old seat, we don't need the old needle, we don't need the old pin. We need this spring. Sits in the bottom of the bowl there, just like that. In fact, I think I'm going to balance that on top of the float. On. Take the nut. Just going to get that started a little bit. Make sure it's not cross-threaded. Okay, it feels like it's going in. I want to make sure this gasket is really centered good. Because when that crunches down onto that O-ring, it kind of deforms that gasket. So we'll go ahead and get this tightened down. And I think that's a 1/2 inch. Maybe a 9/16. Not a half. Okay, I've put the main jet in. Let me show you how that turned out. It was really nasty looking. It was all covered in some kind of green calcium scaly looking stuff. But I got it cleaned up really nice. Got all them little holes. You can see them right here. Right there, them holes there. There. There's another one up here under the spring. Right there. Another little one down here. And I can see daylight through them all. That's what I was concerned about. That and that I couldn't take the main jet out. It's so seized in there. But I soaked this in, went and bought some carburetor cleaner that you can actually soak this stuff in. So I set it in there and soaked it, I don't know, a couple hours. Cleaned it up really good. You can see it started to take the paint off the carburetor. And then we'll back it out 2 turns. That should be the roughly what I've found out. I got a manual on it, and I've got a parts manual on it, but everything is obsolete. The generator was from the 77, 78 period, and when I'd order up the parts, it'd have a really tall throttle linkage right here, and it'd have a real short choke linkage, and I just couldn't find one. So hopefully that's sealed off good. Looks like everything dropped in there fine. That's good and snug. Alrighty, we're right in the middle of a little rainstorm right now, so as soon as we get some good weather, we'll go put that in. All right, thanks for watching. See you on the next video. All right, we got a good day, so I'm going to go ahead and get this carburetor put on this. I've got it all back together, so we'll go ahead and put this on. Let's get a little. Let's see, we got to get the choke. It's been so long since I had this apart. My choke rod got bent, it looks like. Probably shut the door in on it. And this is the choke right here. We'll just thread that on like that. Well, I don't give you much room here for these nuts and bolts and things. Kind of handy having that slotted head on that bolt. You don't have to wrench it in all the way. I can just kind of run it in with a screwdriver. I've already cleaned out the fuel filter there in the back. It looked really good. There wasn't any junk in it after all that fuel would come out. So the fuel was clean, it was just old. And I think that looks like a ½ inch. Well, there is just no room in there at all to get a wrench on that. There we go, that's good and tight. Alright, I'll put this fuel line on. Got to get my elbow back off of here. And that just goes right here on the side. Here we don't get it cross-threaded. There we go. I don't know if I can get one more wrap. We'll try it right there and see if it doesn't leak. Tip it up just a little bit. So the hose gets right straight on it. Tip that down so the line's not quite so. Okay. Put this hose up here, this Looks like a crankcase breather hose. Thing snapped off. Well, it sure stung my finger. Okay, there's that. The throttle on. Okay, that seems to be pretty good. Spark plug in. I cleaned and gapped it at 30 thousandths. We're just going to try to get this thing running, and once I get it going, I'll look at the service manual on it and make sure I got everything set right. There's that. A little boot goes over the spark plug just to kind of seal things off. Okay, wire goes on there. That boot goes on the coil. I think I'm going to leave that front cover off, the filter housing. Alright. Well, I'm out of parts, so I guess we got everything we need. I'll put some gas in it, hook up the batteries. I got the batteries all charged up, and then we'll come back and try to see if it'll start. Alright, got gas in it, got the batteries hooked up. Got fuel in it. Might take a little bit to get the fuel to the carburetor, so we'll go ahead and try it here. Hell, that thing damn near started. Come on, baby. Been a long time since it's been running. Well, that's a good sign. see there. One and a half. One. Let's try 1.5. Slide her back in, see if she can be a little more solid here. Alright, I got a low battery light, so we'll try it one more time here. See what happens. change the oil in it, put a new air filter on it. I've been messing with the carburetor. It's still not running real smooth, but it seems to be the more I run it, the smoother it gets. So we'll go ahead and give it a start here. So it's still, I got it down to about 130 volts, so it's still a little high on the voltage, but it seems to be coming around. I got the remote start from inside the trailer. I'll go fire that up. You'll see that yellow light come on. So it seems to be working okay. It's charging. I'll keep fiddling with it and try to get that voltage down a little bit, but you know, I'm trying to make sure that the batteries are charging. I've got the batteries all hooked up, and I'm just figuring the wiring out on it. I think I got everything. I got to put one more connection on for the landing legs. I've got them working, but like I say, I need to put a connector on the wire, and so that's all that. So I guess we'll call that an end. Thanks for hanging in on this long series, but appreciate it. So we'll catch you on the next video.